You notice, when you watch TV programs, they're always telling you, aren't they, about your carbon footprint, Programs like Good Morning Britain, which is now being cruelly decimated, all thanks to all the stars being axed and stuff. Well, they're really clever at telling you, well, you shouldn't do this. Or in fact, there you have the weather presenter, Laura Tobin, telling you every day, oh, the weather's terrible, climate change, etc. Then posting snaps on a social media account, flying out for a holiday. Which is it, dear? Are we allowed to travel or are we not? And then, of course, you have that guy that does the competitions, Andy Peters, flying literally around the world just to do 1 and 2 minute pieces back. But because they're lucrative to the channel, and because, of course, they can make a lot of money, nobody mentions climate change, right? Because, well, no, it's not the right thing to do. It's a little bit like this story about one of the greatest, some people might say, rock and roll reunions in many a year. As ever, let me explain. Morning, chums. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join me today. We'll have a lovely wave here, and it's very, polleny. Oh goodness! If I do sneeze, do forgive me. Yeah, it's really bad actually today. When does it all die off? Does anybody know who's in the United Kingdom? Which pollen bit? I've tried to look online. I can't find which pollen bit it's meant to be. If you do know, let me know, because it is playing havoc. Yes, you know what it's like. You're walking up the road. People think you're bursting into, you just can't see. Your eyes are streaming. Yeah. How does it all come around, eh? Let's not go there. It's a little bit like this. This is, of course, the Gallagher brothers, otherwise known as Oasis. And Oasis, you see, decided to get back together. Some people might say for monetary reasons. Other people might say it's a nice thing, 25 years, all that sort of stuff. And they were one of the biggest bands in the early noughties. Don't Look Back in Anger, Definitely Maybe, the album, stuff like that. They literally were a phenomenon. I've met both of them, Liam and Noel, and I think they play the rock and roll game very, very well. They know their characters, they know the character that they've got to play, and the public lap it up, and it's called entertainment. I like them for that. I think Noel Gallagher's a very clever songwriter, although I did find it odd that he admitted on camera to borrowing a certain chord structure from the brilliant Burt Bacharach. You think, why would you admit to that? One of the greatest songwriters of a generation. But, that's rock and roll. It's this, though, that's causing a lot of controversy. That's right, the Oasis plane. Now, this is going to be the plane that takes the brothers across, city to city in America and over here in the United Kingdom for certain dates and stuff, and across Europe. Now, there's nothing new in this. Every major pop star like the Rolling Stones, I remember when I was a kid seeing that in the newspaper, and there was the Stones' famous rubber lips and tongue and everything on the side of the plane. I thought that was fabulous, you see. But now, here's where it gets interesting. You see, now, you'll see this, and you'll think, well, you would have thought all the climate activists will be up in arms. You know the ones I mean. Particularly people in the government like Keir Starmer, footprint. Well, Keir's never here, so he won't care really, will he? But what's interesting is you won't hear a peep out of the mainstream media, because all of the people that normally would bring this up are all vying to get tickets for those very special concerts here in London later this year, this summer. And that's because if they criticise the band, then of course they'll be off the press list. It's as simple as that. And the reason why I highlight that is the hypocrisy. Because if that was anybody else, when Taylor Swift came to town, you didn't hear, did you not, Sadiq Khan having a go about Taylor. And the fact that she'd flown in with private jet and her own plane. No, because he was too busy getting free tickets, as was two-tier Keir. You see, when they get it, that's all right. But if you want to depart and, of course, fly around the world, no, we're not letting you do that. We'll definitely make sure, or definitely maybe to coin a phrase, that actually, no, you can't go anywhere. But as long as it's free and it's the things that they want to see, Noel and Liam will have no problem with this plane. Do you understand how it works now? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.